Welcome to today's episode of The Fat Archer. I'm out here fishing again today. A little slow in the winter, so you gotta figure out something else to do, right? So I'm set up here at Reesor Lake. It's southwest of Medicine Hat. Sorry, southeast of Medicine Hat, and the Cypress Hills Park, provincial park, interprovincial park, I guess it would be. And I just got set up. I got the tent up. I got the thing. It's a gorgeous day. I'm in shirt sleeves. Actually, as my setting up to record this, I had a fish on, so I couldn't get started right away. But I'm fishing here. It's a reservoir that's been man-made. It's created in quite a little ravine here at in the park, and it's great. They have a good setup. It's paved all the way to it, so it's easy to get to and stuff like that. Not quite used to the lakes that I usually go to in northern Saskatchewan, but it's good to get out. It only takes me 45 minutes to get here. It's a Sunday, so I get a chance to just get out and relax and enjoy what I love to do is fishing and hunting. So today I'm hoping to get some shots of some of the rainbows they have in here. It's a stocked lake. The last couple of years, last year when I was here, we were catching smaller ones, me and the kids, and this year I noticed that the size of the fish has gotten a little bit better, and so it doesn't take long to get 5 to take home. They taste really good, of course, in the winter time, and they're not so great in the summer, but they're pretty good here in the winter. So hopefully we'll get some action going here pretty soon and be able to show you some shots of some Reesor Lake rainbows. Big important thing when I'm out here is that I try to keep the hole as clean as possible, just so we can, if I want to look down there I can see. It's actually not very deep. It's probably 6 to 8 feet deep. Pretty slow right now, but they tend to be sort of I like to call it an afternoon fish here. A lot of the stock lakes are like that, between 11 and 2 when the sun's out bright like it is today. They seem to have a little bit more participation with them as it gets towards the afternoon. Seems like they feed it more actively towards the noonish, 1 o'clock-ish type of thing. In Alberta, we're able to have a couple of lines in the water. As you can see, I have one here, and then if I go up here and kind of turn this way here, right over here is my second rod. It's probably hard to see in the black reel against the black part of the tent, but I have a second line in here. And I try to keep them pretty close together because you want to be able to grab both lines as quick as possible to set the hook. Sometimes when we're fishing out here, it's a little, they're a little finicky. They like to grab a hold of that lure, put it in its mouth, and not really do too much with it. And so you got to be kind of, once you see your line starting to tighten up, you got to be on it. What I'm using today is what I use every time is Power Bait by Berkeley's. Seems like the color here in Reesor is like this pink color here that I'm holding up for the camera. It seems to, I seem to do the best with it, and I got a split shot on here. It's probably going to be hard to see today, but I have a split shot here, and there's a distance of, I don't know, it just depends. I've got them both set right now at different depths. This one's probably about, 14, 16 inches from the bottom. The other one's set about a foot from the bottom. And that's just to kind of, for me to gauge where they're biting at. So the first fish I caught before I got the camera set up was it was about the 12 to 14 inch set up here. So when I just drop it down, it floats about that far off the bottom, because Berkeley's Power Bait, when you put it in a small ball like that, it floats up off the bottom. So the split shot sits on the bottom. That's how you know you're at the bottom, and then your floating bait goes up about 14. Well, it depends what you got it set at, right? So mine is set at 14 inches on this one. And the other one is about 8 or 10. So it's a gorgeous day out here too. I'm sitting on here in my shirt sleeves and inside my tent. And one thing about these nice little pop-up tents, having a black one, the sun when it's out, it's really collects the heat, and I find it quite a bit warmer. Of course, and also you're sheltered from the wind, which everyone who has been in southern Alberta understands what I mean by wind. We seem to have wind every day. Out in Reesor, it just kind of depends on which direction the wind is coming. If it's coming right down the lake, well, we get full force of it. If it's coming from I'd say the east or the west, it's not quite as bad because we're a little more sheltered that way. So. I like to leave about a foot of slack in it, so it allows the fish to pick it up. And I use about a medium-sized split shot just because they seem to, if the heavier, I used to use a bigger split shot, especially when I'm casting, and it seems like they're a little bit more finicky because they feel the weight when they grab the bait, and when they start dragging it, they sometimes will get a little skittish with that. I find that if I use a medium-sized split shot, they're not quite as bad with it, so sometimes when they feel that weight, I've watched them before, they'll grab onto it and then they'll start swimming away with it. As soon as it seems like they get start to drag that split shot on the bottom, they release it. So there we go. Now we got one. Oh, it's a good one. Here you go. Whoa. Nice. Nice. Oh, twice even hooked together. There we go. Reesor Lake Rainbow. Number 2 to put in my bucket. They got a nice color. They're pretty decent size. They could be a little bit bigger, but these are good eaters. I got a Traeger smoker at home, so I'm going to probably give those a try and see how it works. There's a good brine that you're supposed to be able to do up with them. So let's get this one in the bucket and get on. See, we got 3 more to go.